I'm walking in Istanbul. This is the Bosphorus line. This is actually the seaside. This is the direction to Sarıyer, one of the oldest cities in Istanbul, or I will say the neighborhoods. This is one of the best areas. So the area where I'm actually walking is not necessarily that great, but so right after 500 feet you're gonna see the entire seaside. So this is the military compound. It is actually the shore safety, and it is pretty much like, you know, very restricted place on my right and left. Today is July 27th. I'm sorry, 26th. July the 26th. This is a Saturday, and it is 11:12 a.m. and I'm walking in Istanbul. Okay, I'm walking on the European side. These are all like boat repairmen. This is like dry dock for very old fishing boats. And the other side of the sea, where you see that land, is the Asia. Is the Anatolian part of Istanbul. It's still part of the city of Istanbul. And geopolitically, Istanbul is at a very important epicenter for dividing Europe and Asia, or combining them with 3 bridges. You can see all kinds of people here, and after a war in Syria, there were lots of immigration from Syria to Istanbul, especially the city of Istanbul, the capital city Ankara, and Izmir were impacted by refugees. So I wouldn't call them immigrants actually, because they were all refugees. So they came, and then most of them were given citizenship because they stayed here over 3-5 years, and more than 5 years, and they were eligible for the citizenship. So many of them didn't prefer going back to Syria, so they stayed in Turkey. So there's a surplus population of Syrians. But still, the city, Istanbul, didn't necessarily change much, and you can still see the ancient outlook of Turkey in Istanbul. Fisher boats and piers, beautiful harbors, and a fantastic walking area where you can actually just walk 5 to 6 miles. I mean, the area where I'm walking to right now is called Sarıyer. It's a very old city, again, municipality, and it's still being kept intact, not necessarily changing much. So this is another dry dock. Kids are, as you can see, kids are, they're just swimming there. It's very dangerous. So there are lots of signs which says it's prohibited to swim around this area because you have no control. There's drift. There's too much drift in the water. It's a streaming water, and you see the serenity over the surface of the water, but not necessarily underneath the water. There is a serenity. There are lots of loopholes. There are lots of, you know, twister kind of like, you know, phenomenal shapes underneath the water. That is very interesting place here. So this video is going to be just showing you, you know, the big part of the Bosphorus. Again, this area is called the Bosphorus. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Just please make comments underneath the video so that more people can view this video. They can actually just enjoy this video. That would be great if you can really just like it and make comments and share it with others so other people can also see this beautiful city. I know that a lot of people don't have the priority to come over to Turkey, or they don't have the privilege to come to Turkey, or there are lots of reasons why people cannot visit these days. But this is the hometown I grew up, so I got lots of family here, so I can come and just stay with my aunt and then come back to the US. I also didn't really want to obscure this wind. I want people to have the same experience that I'm having right now. So I'm not going to do any kind of like noise masking or noise cancellation or any kind of just edit on the video so people can experience the same I'm experiencing right now. So as you can see, there's this little fisher boat. Looks like it's a family or just friends. They're gonna go and fish. Okay, I'm gonna take it back. They cannot fish because fishing is prohibited until the 1st of September. So nobody can actually just get their boats and fish. All they can do is just seaside fishing. Basically, maybe you might see it along the way. You might see some people with their fishing poles, their hooks. You might actually just see them. But aside from that, people cannot fish on the boats, or they cannot use nets until the 1st of September because they're waiting for the fish to get like a little bit mature, you know, complete their laying eggs, and so that people can actually just, you know, fish mature grown fish instead of just like baby fish or fish who has not completed their growth transformation. That's pretty much it. Again, Istanbul is a very beautiful city. There are lots of things to do here for all age groups. Basically, you can come, you can just, you know, book a hotel by Bosphorus and you can enjoy the seaside. You can take cruises, you can go to Princess Islands from a town called Eminönü, and then you can view Princess Islands like Kınalıada, I don't know the English version of Kınalıada. Kınalıada is the first of the Princess Islands, and the second one is Burgaz, the island of Burgaz, which I never been to, and the third one is Heybeliada. I don't think that I have been to that one either, and then the fourth one is the Princess Island, which is actually the biggest one. It actually gave its name to these 4 islands, and Princess Islands is the grouping name for this 4 islands. This is a pier. Like you take ferry and go to Eminönü, and then the downtown of Istanbul. Ferries are every hour, pretty much. They come and just pick you up from there, and then they take you to all the way to Eminönü. And you can also go to the other side too, but not from here, from the other pier, which you guys are gonna see in just maybe 10 minutes. This is the main one where I'm walking to right now. Sarıyer, the main city around this area. Basically, there's a governor for the city. There's the police, hospitals. They're really just very wealthy and poor people living in the same area for centuries. There's mosques, there's synagogues. I think there's one synagogue. It's not plural, it's just singular. There are mosques, lots of mosques. There are lots of churches, and then they're usually Armenian, Gregorian Armenian churches. There's a Greek church, Greek Orthodox church, and then one of them is right there. Let me just zoom in. As you guys can see, there's a church right there. This is an Armenian church. This is a Catholic Armenian church. There are lots of disciples and then denominations. I will say Gregorians, Catholic, and Orthodox churches.